Hey, stay to the end of this video to figure out how I created this as my first ever clay sculpture. And guess who's streaming on Twitch starting next week? Probably, I'll try to do every day. It depends on my schedule, but I definitely will be doing art streams on Twitch at around 6 o'clock and on. So stay tuned for that as well. Now, on with the video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Now, this isn't my first official video, but it is my first voice reveal, question mark? I'm gonna say voice reveal, but pretty much, I'll be doing a face reveal at some point. Well, in this, I'm stupid. In this video, I'll be doing face reveal, obviously. But pretty much this video is just gonna talk about how I created this dragon sculpture. I don't have a name for him yet. Pretty much, I have conquered a lot of different art forms, but the one that I've yet to try out is clay sculpting. Now, I wouldn't say this is my first ever clay sculpture, but it's my first legit one. I remember a long time ago, the first clay sculpture that I ever created was absolutely terrible. It was for an art project back in 6th grade, 7th grade actually, because I thought, I didn't know what I was doing, and my teacher just sent, that crappy clay that every kid has to use for some freaking reason at school. But I tried to make Sooooooooo, which is my favorite Pokemon, and the head fell off, and I ended up just like half-assing the face with pencil marks, and it had like a box body with twigs as legs. It was absolutely terrible. It couldn't even hold its own weight. But luckily, I've done all my homework, and now I've made my first legit sculpture that I've ever created. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, honestly. I mean, I never thought that it would have turned out like this. I remember I created the armature, and I thought this is going to be absolutely shitty. But it turned out to be pretty good, honestly. I'm very excited to show the process of me creating this, and as you can see, I have the video of me sculpting it shown on the screen right now. I'm just roughing in the texture. Now, obviously, this is clearly way far along in the process, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to show the entire process because my dumbass remembered that I had a camera and that cameras exist. Now, it is my phone camera, so the quality's probably absolutely terrible. But, whatever. I mean, at least I got something done. So pretty much I was like, hey, I can fucking record this. So I just went ahead and started recording. But hopefully my next sculpture I'll be able to actually get a real ass camera. But, COVID-19, everything's crazy right now. So we're just gonna have to deal with this for now. But right now I'm just roughing in the texture here, and a couple of the teeth fell out, so eventually I'm gonna have to put those back in. But I had to individually create scales throughout the entire piece, and it was absolutely crazy. But the fur texture that you see there didn't really take me that long. And I also just want to say that this dragon is supposed to be a representation of every single type of animal out there. Pretty much every type, from like the mammals, so fur for mammals, horns for like, dragon, and then we've got an antenna for bugs, and then those little frills for more like reptilian, so kind of like aquatic animals. So I've got that, and then here I'm just slowly roughing in the texture around his face. And then I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to this video. Now, I realized that I needed to color the dragon, obviously. I'm not just gonna leave it spray painted black or anything. So, I had no idea where to go with this. I didn't know whether I wanted it to be red, purple, green. I had no idea. I was gonna go with red and gold originally, but I realized that that's like every other dragon on the planet. Green also, but I like teal and blue, so I kind of decided I was gonna give it a bit of a teal blue skin color. And here I'm just roughing out the sketch, just a rough sketch of what it looks like. It's not gonna look exactly the same, obviously, because it's a drawing instead of sculpture. But I tried to mimic it the best I could. And then when I start coloring it, I knew I wanted the horns to be very rustic. I wanted it to have a white feel, but also wanted it to be very yellowed. Like this dragon's been in battle for quite a long time. And the tongue, just a normal red, but I did want a little bit of blood coming off the tip, so I have that lighter color there. And I did want the bones to be, the bones on the aquatic frill part to be also a little rustic. I didn't want it to fade in with anything. And here I'm just playing around with different colors. I tried out a dark navy blue and royal blue, but it looked terrible. It honestly looked absolutely terrible. So eventually I ended up settling on this teal color, but the fur was a lot harder to decide. That was for damn sure. So here I'm just trying to apply a lighter blue, and then I tried a gold even, but the gold just looked absolutely disgusting. And I was thinking about a glacial dragon, but a glacial dragon didn't work either. And actually, after I figured out what the skin color was, it took me a while to figure out what the fur color was gonna be. The fur, I tried purple. I looked up a color wheel for contrasting colors. That was pretty shitty too, but I found a happy medium with this really dark crimson blue. Is crimson even on the blue spectrum? I don't even know, but a dark blue to almost grayish color. I can't talk. Grayish color. And then I wanted that antenna to just be really light and just kind of pop out with a red orb at the end. I just kind of guessed on colors there. I didn't put too much thought into the antennas. But at this point, I just wanted to paint it already. So here's where you can see me start painting the dragon. I had to put 2 layers of varnish and then 2 layers of spray paint, a black primer, just so I can get it ready for the acrylics. And actually, I think you're gonna see me start singing here in a second because I've got my music on, so my mouth is just gonna be blabbering like a damn fish. But pretty much, that's all I'm doing here. And you can kind of see the green coming out of the dragon's face there. But what I love about acrylics is that it still preserves the texture underneath it. So that way it doesn't bother anything and you don't get much residue. But the only thing that I did notice is that the black primer paint did have some powdery effect on it. So I don't know if I'm using it properly or not. But I don't know if I sprayed too close or too far away. I'm not sure, but hopefully that doesn't happen next time. It didn't affect the sculpture overall. But yeah, pretty much that's all I'm doing here. Just painting the dragon, doing different layers here, and just overall chilling. Also, I just noticed that my arms and hands look absolutely atrocious. It looks like I literally murdered a Smurf or something. Now, here's the finished product, and unfortunately, I didn't get very good pictures because my phone camera fucking sucks. I mean, I'm definitely gonna invest in an actual camera so I can do these types of videos more often, because I really do like the process of doing voice audio overlays on different videos. I think that'll spice things up a bit, and I can also interact with my fans a lot more. So if you like art, speed paints, sculpting, any sort of art, I'm turning this entire channel into an art channel, and I'm going to go ahead and encourage you to hit that subscribe button and leave a like so I know that you like this type of content, and give me any feedback or suggestions in the comments below and see if there's anything else. Also, I am open to collabs as well. I can do digital art collabs, any of that. I've got commissions open right now. I mean, just hit me up, really. Just PM me on Instagram or DM me over YouTube or whatever social platform that I have listed in the description below. But I do have all my socials listed there, my DeviantArt as well, if you're interested in checking that out. But pretty much, that's going to be it for this video, and I thank you for watching.
Also,
now,
hey
guys,
welcome to
Wait.